Well, hi everybody. Pastor Tony here. I hope you're doing well. I'm going to give some folks some time to get in here and join us. I'm live on both YouTube and Facebook at the same time. Hope you're having a great night. Hope you survived the torrential downpours and floods and everything. Hi, John, that we were experiencing today. I've got some news that I need to share with you. And hi, Bryn. And I've got some a prayer request, and I need to tell you a little bit about the service this weekend. So, yeah. So I will say, but I'm stalling so more people can get in here. But I got to tell you guys something. I realized my study here at the house. I never thought another human being other than my family would ever see it. I just designed it for something that I liked, and then it has been the backdrop of so many things for the past 6 months. If I had known that it was going to be featured in this way, I maybe would have put a little more effort into it. But anyway, and that thing is superimposed. That's not there. That's not hanging on the wall. But anyway, so. Yeah, I got some news that I need to share with you, and I've got that kind of leads me to a prayer request, and then about this Sunday. So the news is not great news, but earlier today, our worship pastor, Jacob, took a COVID test, and he tested positive for COVID. And so first and foremost, I want to ask you to be praying for him. And also be praying for his wife. She's not showing any symptoms, but we want to be praying for Chelsea as well. So I want to ask you to be praying for complete healing for Jacob and for protection for Chelsea. Jacob started feeling bad late Sunday night, and the Monday he had a very low-grade fever. He's never had a high fever. And he said he felt like he had a head cold or something like that. But since it persisted for a few days, he decided to get tested, and he does in fact have the coronavirus. Now, first and foremost, I just want you to be praying for him. Secondly, we're doing everything by the book at our church. And by the book, I mean by CDC recommendations. And CDC recommendations say that if you've had contact with somebody, you need that is tested positive for COVID, you need to quarantine. Now, they define contact as being that you were within 6 feet of that person for more than 15 minutes, for 15 minutes or more. So basically, that is our entire worship team. Our entire worship team was with Jacob in the green room. And they were spaced out a little bit, but it's kind of tight quarters back there. And so we have asked essentially our entire worship team to quarantine for 14 days. That's 14 days from the point of last contact, which would mean 10 more days from today. And that means they're going to be missing 2 Sundays, which is a big deal for us. But I want to quickly say that I don't believe Jacob interacted with anybody else in the building other than maybe one of our AV guys. And I'm quite confident that nobody that attended church, nobody that served on any other team other than the worship team was infected in any way, shape, or form at church because of really all the precautions we've been taking. I feel very confident about that. But I also know, just given by what we know from Harvard Medical and CDC and other things, that the virus can't live that long. And so we know the building will be clean again on Sunday, although we're going to go through our normal sanitization process and everything like that. We know that the virus just can't live that long. So we know that the buildings, by next Sunday for sure, will be completely clean and completely safe, and we're not worried about any of that. That being said, we talked and prayed about whether we should even be trying to have in-person services again this weekend, or maybe we should just put a pause on those. But we felt like after praying about it and talking about it and discussing it, that it was important just to kind of move forward. So we are going to have in-person services again this Sunday, and we will be watching pre-recorded worship set from our worship team. We've got a lot of those because they've been recording worship sets for 6 months for us, and so we'll be enjoying that in the service, and then I'll be preaching live. But I wanted everybody just to know what was going on, first of all, so that you could pray for Jacob and Chelsea and the rest of the worship team, and that you could just pray for our services and our church. And, it feels like we've just had one problem after another, technical problems, all kinds of issues, and we are just battling to be able to be together as a church. And so I would really appreciate your prayers about that. And also, a lot of you are already registered for this weekend, and I wanted to just let you know what was going on, what you could expect. We're very excited about this weekend. I'm excited about the message I'm going to be teaching. We are opening up some limited number of slots for our preschool. Those are kids age 4 and below, and we're very excited to start that process and that kind of thing. So we're excited about this weekend. However, if you feel uncomfortable in any way, shape, or form, then, you by all means stay home and worship with us online. That's the whole idea, that anybody's uncomfortable, they can worship with us online. I would not be offering the service if I thought it was unsafe in any way. So you need to know we feel very confident that it's safe to be in the building and we're going to have a great time together. But if you feel uneasy in any way, shape, or form, then worship with us online. If you're registered, if you go back to that same registration page, you can cancel your registration. And that would be the only thing I'd ask you. If you're already registered and you decide, I don't want to go this week for whatever reason, just let us know so we know what we've got going on. But, last Sunday, I preached in my message, I said that God's always in control and God's always got a plan, and you just have to kind of roll with things, and that's what we're doing here. So I just wanted you to know, what to expect in the service, what's been going on, where Jacob is, all that kind of stuff, and kind of let you decide whether you feel comfortable coming to church or not this weekend. You need to know that we are keeping, and we're going to keep constant tabs on Jacob, and we're going to do everything we can to help him and support him and all that kind of stuff. Right now, the doctors just told him to go home and rest and recuperate and take another test in 10 days. And so I think we're all just going to pray together and believe that God's just going to heal him and keep Chelsea safe and keep the rest of the worship team healthy. And we're just going to roll forward as best we can. Again, it feels like we're fighting an uphill battle here, but I know God's in control. God's still on the throne. God's still good. We're going to have church on Sunday, the Lord willing, and the creeks don't rise. And, we're going to have church on Sunday regardless. Even, something else happens and we have to shut down the in-person thing. I don't think that's going to happen. We're going to have church regardless. But anyway, I love you, and I just wanted you to know what was going on. So let me see if I've got any questions here. Thank you, Ann. Appreciate those prayers. That means so much. Thank you, Shayla. Those prayers mean everything. Donald, thank you so much, Don. I appreciate those prayers. Ann says, I tried to register, can't find it. If you go to lanierpointe.com/live, there's a page there that shows you how to get to everything, and I think there's a way that shows you how to register. Also in the Lanier Point app, if you go to lanierpointe.com/app, in the app itself, there's a button that says event registration. If you hit that, it'll show you all the events that we've got listed, and one of them is church this Sunday. And again, if you've got wee ones, little ones, 4 years old and under, we've still got some slots available to watch them. Super excited. You're going to be the first crew of little babies to be in our brand new preschool area. So that should be pretty exciting. So anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. And one way or another, I hope to see you this Sunday, whether online or in person. I hope to see you this Sunday. I think God's going to do something great. What I have found in my life is when I face the most spiritual resistance and I push through it, that's when I see the greatest victories and the greatest blessings in my life. So I believe us having to kind of fight for this a little bit is not a bad thing. I think God's going to reward us and all that kind of stuff. So also, please help me share the word. Share this with anybody you know that goes to Lanier Point, and let them know. Again, this is on Facebook and YouTube. And I think that's about it for tonight. David, yeah, I'll be happy to see you Sunday, David. Thank you, brother. I think that's it. Let us know if you got any questions. But if not, we'll see you Sunday morning. God bless you. Thank you all so much. Have a great night.